Be prepared for highly offensive language and adult and sexual themes.
Well, there you have it. Jeremy is your latest evictee, and the star-crossed lovers have finally been separated. He's going to be joining me right now on Celebrity Big Brothers. Bit on the side.
That buggy can move. It's like the Turbo Dicker buggies, I tell you. Here's eviction night number 6. Jeremy has driven off the CBB cliff into the ocean of reality, bless him. He's going to be joining me for a deep and meaningful very shortly. And just like the phones in the Celebrity Big Brother house, tonight's show is going to be off the hook. Yeah! We make phone gags on here as well. We've got all the fallout fresh from the house, and the truth extractor of Boreham Wood's going to be stopping by tonight. You'll be giving your latest evictee a drilling of a lifetime, but before all that, it's time to introduce my glamorous Friday night panel. My first guest used to drive Christian up the wall. We like to call her Zainab, but her real name is Nina Wadia! Next up, she's all about the bodywork. She's sleek, she's sexy, it's the gorgeous Jessica Wright! And finally, she's been round the block a few... Oh. Sorry. She's been round the cell block a few times. She used to be one of them. Give it up for X Factor legend Sam Bailey! Oh, it's ladies' night tonight. I'm all right with that. So there you have it. Jeremy is your 6th evictee of the series. Sam, let me start with you. Firstly, it's your wedding anniversary today, isn't it?
It is.
Congratulations, Sam!
I love you!
Oh, congratulations to you both, babe. Has the right person gone?
Do you know what? I would have preferred Steph to go, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah, I would have, because I would like to have seen Jeremy in there as Jeremy, because I don't think I've seen Jeremy as Jeremy. I think I've seen him be a little bit of a lapdog in there. I don't think he's been a lad in there, so it would be nice to have seen him in there.
You wanted to see a bit more of a laddie side from him?
Yeah, just because I think when she goes bed, he becomes a lad. And then when she wakes up, he's like...
Is that a cat or a dog?
Bit of both.
Bit of both. A cog. Jess, were you surprised by the result tonight?
Do you know what? No. I kind of feel like, if anything, it would have been better if Tiffany went, just because I would have liked to have seen... No, listen, I love Tiff.
Right, popular in here.
Let me finish. I love
Let her
Tiff.
finish. She's on the only way to see.
Tiff's brilliant. I think she's come out of her shell. She's amazing, very caring. But if we'd left Steph and Jeremy in there, who knows what else would have happened? I mean, it's TV gold. TV gold.
It's a true side.
I don't really want to listen to them having a bit of nookie under the shirt.
Nina, let me come to you. Why do you think the public didn't pick up the phones and save Jeremy?
Because they wanted him to be in the studio with us.
Trust it to be ladies tonight.
No, I feel for him. I think he's besotted with this girl. I genuinely
Well, we saw him give her his locket.
Yes,
on the way
I know.
out.
If you give a locket with your,
I mean,
was it your mum and brother's
yeah,
pictures?
you give a locket
You
out.
love the girl.
Yeah.
So I feel for him. I think that's pure Romeo and Juliet in there. I'm
The
sad.
scene from the Titanic.
I know, like when the old lady throws air. Like when she throws it in, don't. It was emotional. What are we making of it? Do we agree, disagree? Who's gone tonight? Agree? We've got an agree up here.
Agree. He knew what he was doing. It was wrong of him. He knew it. That's all I have to say.
That's all he has to say. Who disagrees? Does anyone disagree that he shouldn't have gone? Oh, I've got to come back up the bloody thing. Put your hand up sooner.
I just think it's been blown out of all proportion, really. And previously, you've had
Shut up, John.
shush. We've had other relationships in the house where one of the people's been in a relationship and nobody said anything. Like I've forgotten the names now, but anyway.
Well, that's a good start on a friend. we'll just leave it there. Sam, how do you think the house is going to be affected now? Because this has been pretty much a catalyst for a lot of arguments in that house. The whole Stephanie and Jeremy relationship. We even saw Daniela and Gemma last night getting up out of bed. You know, it was winding them up. Do you think the dynamic's going to change now that they're separated?
I think the dynamic will change. The thing is, obviously, there's a lot of beef going on with Daniela and Steph, so that ain't going to be
But I think they'll make up now. Now that Jeremy's not there, I think she'll turn into the mother figure again.
She hasn't got anyone to back her up. Yeah, she ain't got anyone to back her up. But I think Tiffany's really coming into her own, and I think she'll be gutted that Jeremy's gone and it weren't Steph. She's really... I didn't like Tiffany to start with.
I was worried for Jeremy's safety. I think Tiffany would have pounced.
I feel sorry for anybody that gets underneath Tiffany when she comes out.
Or on top of that now. Well, the nation has separated one of Celebrity Big Brother's most controversial couples. It's probably a conscious uncoupling, if you'd like to call it that. Yeah. Do we think it was about time the nation stepped in, Sam? Because this has been not only a big story in the house, but it's been a massive story in the media. I mean, one of the most spoken about housemates this series weren't even a housemate, old Sam. You know, like we said his name more than we have Daniela, I presume.
I think you're going to see a different side of it. It wouldn't surprise me if she walks, to be honest. If she get, I reckon, I was expecting her to jump up them stairs and just follow him out. Because
I would have had self-respect. I would have had respect for her had she done that.
Yeah.
I think had she done that, it would have made sense. But then it makes you wonder: is the relationship in there real? If she didn't follow him, because she was perfectly happy for him to come out.
Yeah.
This is the point, Nina. Do you think that it will be a relationship on the outside, because now they're going to have time out?
Yeah.
They're going to have that time out now.
I think it's up to Sam, isn't it? It's his turn. It's his turn to speak up. I think it's going to be up to him to decide.
The fact that the public have saved her over him...
Yeah.
That's going to give her, like, a spurt now, and she'll go to the end. She'll be loving life. She'll be like...
Do you think?
Yeah, no, I'm loving life now. The public have saved me.
What do we think?
I'm
What do we
liked
think?
again.
She'll be worrying to death for what he's up to.
Do you reckon?
She'll be stewing in her own juices.
Who wants that?
Hopefully he's booking an holiday.
Oh, he's going to book a little holiday. Are we glad to see the relationship over? Yeah, like, yes, there's any no's? I've got a shaky head up here.
I think when you're in someone 3 weeks so intense, it's real, isn't it? You can't fake that. If you're in someone 3 weeks, it's going to be intense.
But now they're separated. Now they're separated. Do you know, it has been quite a week in there. Jess, let me come to you. What did you make of all the... Sorry. Oh, my God, how embarrassing. Sorry. Hello? Gillian who? What, Towelful? Cafe Bill? Oh, McKeith. Hello, Jill. Yeah. Yeah, I know, you're the holistic nutritionist and lifestyle guru. Yeah. Babe, I'm doing a live show. Oh, Gillian, leave it out. Joke, she always rings at the most inappropriate of times. Sorry, where was I? Jess. Excuse me. Sorry, girls. I've got to... Hello? Yes, babe. Gillian, this is taking the piss now. Doing a live show. Leave me alone. Go away. Gillian McKeith.
Don't you dare hang up on me, Riley.
I'm sorry. Come over here. I'm sorry. Oh, Gillian, everyone. I'm sorry. Mind your step. Come and sit over there. I thought she was going to attack me. Gillian, thank you so much for coming in today. I've got to say, a round of applause for Gillian. She had a bit of a tough job for her. Are you surprised that Jeremy's left?
Not at all.
You're not? Why?
No, I'm not. I predicted he would go out.
You did?
Yeah.
Why do you think he's gone?
I think people are tired of his private schlong getting too close to Stephanie's birth.
Oh. There's a lot of words being slung about.
He's been making everybody in that house feel very uncomfortable.
Well, listen, you're out of toxic towers now, as you like to call it. What did you make of your time in that house?
Because,
I
loved it.
mean, they did. I know you loved it, but they were quite naughty. They were naughty, weren't they?
They were. When I went in there, it was very intense and they were very toxic. But I read them the riot act, and before we knew it, they were getting back in line.
Were you nervous at all going in?
Before I went in, a little nervous, because I didn't know what to expect. But when I walked in, they were really happy to see me.
They were happy to see a bit of Gillian, weren't they?
They said an angel had arrived.
An angel in her PVC, she loves it.
I just needed to have a halo.
Yeah, I'm sure we can find you one, babe. We've got a lovely props department. Who was the person you were most looking forward to speaking to that you thought, I need to sort this person out?
Gemma Collins.
Gemma Collins?
Yeah.
Really? Tell me why.
Well, I just felt that we would connect together. I was a bit I wasn't quite sure how she would receive me, so I thought she might be quite combative. But in actual fact, we hit it off like a house on fire, actually. And she said, I just want you to work with me. I want us to get together. We're going to go shopping.
I've got to be honest, this is probably the task that Gemma's probably got the most into. What you say? She really seems to
She
get
took
into
it on board big time.
And what were you making of the aura in that house? Because I know you love all the holistic.
Yeah, I do.
You love all the holisticness.
Yes.
What were you making of the aura in there?
It was very toxic. It was very tense. It was very intense. There was a lot of emotions, emotional roller coaster.
And did anyone surprise you, like, sort of from going in, having a perception of the people about how they worked with you or against you? Did anyone shock you?
Well, I mean, they all kind of surprised me in different ways because the reception was so good and they all opened up to me in a way that I didn't think would happen as quickly as it did.
Well, they seem to listen to you at first, I think it's quite clear to say. What did you make of the reaction when they went in? Because they did all seem quite up for it, to be fair, didn't they? They seemed to... I mean, I know they didn't really want to go into the clinic, but you managed one thing. You managed to talk Tiffany back in to that room. Someone who could talk Tiffany back into a room. I mean, you deserve props for that. What was you making of Tiffany as a person?
She's really quite a warm person. She's very kind. I think that... I hope you see that.
I think we are. I think we are seeing that.
And I think that she has some anxiety and she has some issues that are probably being played out in the house, but overall she's so kind and warm, and I saw that side of her big time.
Well, it's nice that you see that, because I think a lot of people have started to see that about her.
She's so nice.
Two people that wouldn't listen to your rules, and we have to speak about them, was Stephanie and Jeremy.
Right.
What were you making of that relationship? I mean,
well, I wasn't happy about it. And I did ban Jeremy from going near Stephanie. And I did talk to Stephanie about it in the bathroom one day. And I explained to her that she just seems, to me, she seems like someone who shouldn't be in any relationship right now. And you want to be tidy with your relationships. If there's a boyfriend, you need to deal with that and then look at the possibilities of moving on. But she actually may not come across like this to the public, but she's very vulnerable and she's actually very soft. And if you got to know her better, you might actually like her.
Do you think?
She needs more time, she needs space to herself. I'm actually glad that Jeremy's out for that reason.
Do you think this time now on her own will give her that space to breathe, do you think?
I'm glad she stayed in, because I think it would have been very hard for her to come out if she wasn't received well. She is so anxious about how the public are seeing her.
Yeah.
And to be honest, she's really young. I mean, we make mistakes. She's just a young girl, you know?
And I saw you calling up the house and they weren't listening to you. They were hanging you up on you more times than whatever I can think of. So I'm going to give you a chance. I'm going to give you a little chance straight down this camera to tell the housemates what you really want to say and leave a lasting piece of advice. Are you ready for this? Gillian, take it away in 3, 2...
Prune juice for everybody, especially you, Darren. Also, you do need to improve your phone manners. I don't think any of you will do too well if you were applying for receptionist jobs. And as always, all my love and big hugs.
Get up, Gillian, lovely! I know I do this with all our housemates, and I know you're only a house guest, but I thought I'd give you a little present.
Okay.
I thought I'd give her a little present. I really did.
I wasn't expecting that.
It's quite special because, you know, I'm quite a private person normally.
It's not your poo, is it?
Well, I did think, I thought, I better get you something brown.
Okay.
Put it in a little Tupperware box.
Oh, my.
It smells quite strong sometimes. So,
have I got a peg for my nose?
well, maybe you can get your teeth into it. It's your very own slice of chocolate cake. Come on, don't worry. That's for you, Gillian. Kiss a kiss.
I love you.
Wow, give me a kiss. Give it one more time. Gillian McKeith, guys. Oh, you sit down, enjoy your cake, Jill. Stay with me because Jeremy is ready for his encore right here on my bot sofa. But I wouldn't let him get too comfy because he's got an appointment to keep with the Truth Extractor of Borehamwood! I've got a feeling tonight's patient might need sedating. Don't go anywhere, we're going to have a bit of cake, see you after the break. Oh, Gillian, lovely. Welcome back to Celebrity Big Brother's bit on the side now. Not since Spidey have another Big Brother couple come under such scrutiny and cause so much controversy in and out of the house. But tonight, you decided that Jeff should split for good, leaving Steph broken-hearted and him out here in the big bad world. His Irish luck has sadly run out tonight, but we're here as a shoulder to cry and give it up for Jeremy! So get up, Jeremy, guys! Oh, Jessa! How you feeling? He's getting a good reception in here, I'm not going to lie. Yeah, good. Funny thing is, it ain't just the girls. You've got a couple of boys in there as well.
They were saying in the house you're going to be booked out in GAY all month.
I'm sure you will. I'm sure you will.
Yeah,
let's talk about you've not been out of the house long. How are you feeling to be out?
It's mad. It's a whirlwind. Do you know what I mean? Coming out, and obviously you're so used to staying in that environment so much. Do you know what I mean? Come back out into that, like just talking to my mates and all backstage. It's obviously blown up a little bit, but yeah, it's. I'm still getting my thoughts together. But
are you disappointed that you're out?
I'm not really. You know, I thought tonight would be an ideal time to go. 3 weeks, 3.5 weeks even. Do you know what I mean? It's a long time in there.
It is a long while.
It's a pressure cooker, and you know, I'm happy. I think. Do you know what I mean? Like,
look, I know Emma's had a chat with you up the hill.
Yeah, she has a very stone face.
She's gone for it tonight.
I'm shitting myself. Try for Gillian to come out.
She's here somewhere. Don't worry. We've got to talk about you and Stephanie. I mean, you were quite the pair in that house. There's obviously something there between you. Like Emma said, it started out as friends. Yeah. It then moved to a little bit of this and that. And it seems to us on the outside that you two are now pretty much in a relationship. I mean, where do you see your standing with Steph at the moment?
It's so weird. Like, the last thing I expected, like, I went in there saying, do you know what I mean, single girl, you look at Megan, do you know what I mean? Then I knew Scotty liked her, so you just let that happen, do you know what I mean? That's what I mean. I stand back in situations like that, but then, like, because Steph had a boyfriend, you get to know her and you don't think anything's going to happen. So the more I got to know her, the more we kind of gravitated.
And one thing
it was weird. Like, it was like a snowball effect. We kept going.
And what was it about Stephanie that you just?
Do you know what it is? Her self-esteem is like rock bottom. Do you know what I mean? And she doesn't know how important she is, or know how like funny or gorgeous or talented she is. Do you know what I mean? So little things like that make you like someone more.
Well, obviously you've just said you knew she had a boyfriend, and she knew she had a boyfriend.
I tried so much to get away from
it. And
it,
I think we did see that quite a lot of the times when you did try and walk away. She would come over to you, but. What was it about the whole situation that you just sat there and went, do you know what, I can't not do this now. I've got to. She's there, and she wants it as well.
Yeah, that's it was tough. Like, I tried to listen, like David Guest, do you know what I mean, Party, Christina. Like, I'm just looking at the faces. I think everybody said it to me. You know, you're gonna sacrifice your position in the house maybe if you keep this going on. Like, and she's amazing. Like,
she's there. Yeah.
It's I just followed my heart, like, and I know, I like to think that I'm a respectful lad, do you know what I mean? I do respect people, but I just couldn't, like, it just kept, you probably didn't see it, but I tried so hard to get away from it.
No, we did. I think we did. There were times, Jeremy, and honestly, we did. But do you know what? Let's have a little look at you two in action. I think it's time to take a look at your butt spits.
I'm a flirt, I'm a single bloke. She's a gorgeous girl, she's sound. You know what's wrong, you still like her though, but you're in the same house, man. It is more than friends. It's obvious.
What do you mean?
Yeah, you were pissed, babe, and frisky.
It
was a bit naughty, like.
Yeah, we're just having a laugh. We are just friends.
Oh, we're all just friends. Blah, blah, blah. Monogamy, do you believe in it?
I'm in a monogamy, yeah.
I'm done with it, like, I'm sick of it. It's making me look like a fucking idiot. Like, I'm there saying something, then you're going in ranting saying I love my boyfriend. I know that, I get it. Take a step back. I try.
People think I'm being mugged off and people think I'm being used.
Do you think I've done all this just to drop you?
Sleep tight.
Love you.
So watching that back, how does it feel seeing now what we've all seen? Because you've not seen none of this yet.
No,
so seeing it back
weird,
like that in a montage.
I should have done my hair maybe a few more days. Like,
we've all made that mistake in there. But how does it make you feel seeing that back?
Yeah, well, like I said, like, do you know what I mean? You act in the moment, don't you? And regardless of the situation she was in, you know, I still had to go on what I felt, and it was tough, man. Do you know what I mean? It's so hard to get away from it. Like I said, if I was on the outside world, you'd be able to hop on a train, you come into town with your mates, and just you'd be able to delete that number or whatever. And in there, it's just not like. And the more time we spent as mates, we started to develop feelings, and
And one thing
it
led to
blossomed
another.
like that, do you know what I mean? And
how do you think she's going to cope in there
I
without
think she'll be
you?
okay. What is there, a few days left?
You reckon?
Yeah, I told her to stay strong. That's the thing.
I've just been told she's been sitting in the house just literally staring at your locket.
Yeah.
She's clearly missing you already. One thing that obviously is going to be hard for you, you were her closest ally in that house. She has been having some arguments in there, some surrounding obviously the relationship with the two of you. Do you think that she is going to be able to cope over the next
I think it's going to be a good and bad thing. I think she'll be able to get a bit of breathing space, you know, and kind of maybe reflect on the situation without me always probably going over for a hug or something, like, which I shouldn't have maybe not been doing. But
well, do you know what? I think you've been grilled enough on Stephanie. I think we should take it from romance to bromance. What do you think? Let's talk about Scotty too, because he really was your wingman in that house, and he even stood there and said to you, you know, like, look, I think you're mugging yourself off a bit, like you need to get away.
So many people tell you, but it's the hardest thing, and I knew myself, but it's so hard taking your own advice nearly, like, do you know what I mean? It's just you have to go on the time. And
he always had your back in there.
Oh.
And, you know, you obviously won't be aware of this, but he was one of the people that did nominate Stephanie, and he nominated Stephanie because he was worried about how you were going to be coming across in the public. Do you think that's a true friend that you've made in there?
100%, like me and Scotty, and even Dave, Guest, man, I can't wait to see him, like, do you know what I mean?
Well, talking of David Guest, no, hold up. I saw you.
He's not here dressed as Liza or anything.
No, I saw you licking cheese out of each other's mouths.
That was the weirdest thing I've ever... The lads just told me, I don't think your dad's talking to you. I'm fucked.
Who are you going to miss the most, David, Steph or Scotty T?
Steph, like, it's...
going to be Steph.
Like, I love Scotty, like, Scotty's a great lad, but, you know, he's... do you know, nearly I confide in people, as in, like, Steph's so low, and I was like a support structure at first, so I know she's going to be... So I'll miss her more, because of that she's going to feel shit, like, do you know what I mean?
But there's someone else that sort of, you know, like the look of you, I think it's safe to say. And one night during a casual little game of Truth or Dare, you had a little smooch with old Tiffany.
Yeah.
How did you find your Tiffany encounter? It's the relationship we've been willing along, Jeremy. How did you find your little snoggy with Tiffany?
You know, her lips were right there. Couldn't miss them things, man. It's like a trampoline, like. But no, yeah, Tiff's. She's fiery, like, do you know what I mean? She can be sound to you 1 minute and then she has a vodka cranberry, and then it's game over from there.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean?
she loves it.
Yeah, she likes it, but that's why I said there was 3 people up tonight that I really got on with, and Tiff was one of them, regardless, so we had a bit of ups and downs in the house. But
and if Steph wasn't in the house?
No, I wouldn't. Like.
Wouldn't ya? Would ya?
She told me she put me in a wheelchair, like, can't deal with that, man.
Right, let's move on from that. I just can't be dealing with it. Who do you want to win?
I want Steph to win. Like,
do you think she can?
I said earlier, I don't think she can win, but it's the person. I think she's the whole situation. Do you know what I mean? It's probably messed both of our journeys up in here. But
are you going to be there for her when she comes out?
100%. Like, I told her that she needs time apart. She needs to be single for a while and see what she wants, and I do as well. You know, because it is a pressure cooker. But I think we both need to see what happens if she needs to do her own stuff. You know, and then if it's meant to be, it will happen eventually. But I think give each other a bit of space and see how it develops then eventually. Do you know what I mean?
I think that's a really dignified response. I really, really do. And I think people want to know, regardless of Steph, what's next for Jeremy?
I don't have a clue. Just my agents there. I was trying to ask.
I don't know. Well, listen, I can't help but notice the tattoos.
Yeah,
I've got to say, it's an array of tattoos, let me tell you. We've seen them all. Yeah. And I thought, do you know what? There must be some room somewhere for one more. One more, don't you think? We can fit one more. So I got you your very own Bots tattoo. You keep that.
That's it.
It'll wash off, don't worry. You can do with it what you want.
That's right.
And last but not least, every housemate that comes on my show goes away with one of these. It's a little toothy ta-ra from me to you. It's Ryland. Set a farewell bang.
There you go, mate.
Right, but listen, pop them down there because you're coming with me. Because this is Jeremy from that famous toothy ta-ra to the moment. I am tall. I'm 6'4", babe. Come here. This is the moment they all dread. Jeremy, turn round. It's time to turn red. So give it up for Jeremy, guys. Don't worry, we're going to hear more from him later as he'll be joining my panel. And to quote Daniela, bosh, that is part 2 done. Coming up, we're going to be talking about the rest of tonight's action and looking ahead to finale week. Jeremy is going to be getting a good old grilling from our panel and audience. We'll see you after the break. side. Still to come, Jeremy going to be getting to the root of all his problems when he meets the dentist of his badge. Oh, I can hear him. I can hear him. He ain't got a clue what's happening. Plus, we'll be nipping over to the house for a bit of exclusive house action. But first, our panel have scooched along for Jeremy, and he's joined our panel. There he is. It's time to talk about the rest of tonight's action, and the phone literally didn't stop ringing. I personally think they work quite well together as a team for the first time in a long time. Jeremy, I'm going to come to you. Do you feel that this was the task that actually brought everyone together?
Yeah, it was nice. Obviously, you get the stages in the house where you're a bit tired and that, like, do you know what I mean? You need a pick-up. And I think everyone hearing from their loved ones and that.
Well, a couple of people didn't really seem to be taking it too seriously. There was a pair smoking in the garden.
Oh, yeah.
Well, what have you got to say for yourself?
I literally just woke up at that point and I was like, oh, yeah, kind of like, there was loads of talk time left. I don't know, I just was a bit fed up. Like,
Who instigated the fag?
I did, I think.
Oh!
Yeah, I would say that.
Well, even Scotty T come out and he
had
the ump.
He
had the ump, though. I mean, how did it feel, your mate, giving it a bit?
Yeah, no, it was bad. It was a bad thing to do, like, but in that house, when you don't understand what it's like...
Should we let him get away with it?
I think...
You got a renowned no there, a couple of no's, but yeah, you got a yes. It's fine. It's fine. Well, listen, finale week is literally next week. Where is it gone? Let's look at some of the transformations of our housemates, and we'll start with John. He was in tears tonight with his phone call. He was the favourite at the beginning. We did a poll, if you remember. We've got the results to prove that. Nina, the last couple of times he's been up, he's been booed by the crowd. It's definitely stemmed from him nominating Darren, I think it's quite safe to say. Do you think he's managed to turn it around in the past week?
I think he has. I mean, he is a lovely guy. Come on, he's been on this show, and you guys absolutely adore him. He's
brilliant
wonderful.
Guest on this show.
I think he made a mistake with the whole Darren thing, but I think he's turning it round, and people are seeing he's a decent guy. What Jeremy, is he not?
Yeah, he's a good guy.
He's a good guy.
I don't think you're seeing the whole of Johnny that we know in Johnny, and some of you guys know, but I don't think you're seeing him as him. I've worked with him recently.
No, he's a good lad.
And we need him out anyway because he's in Chicago with me, so he needs to come out.
You're supposed to be trying to keep him in, baby, didn't you? Well, we saw him get very emotional tonight, and he and Darren shared a nice little warm moment. Yeah. Do we think, Jess, that maybe them two are back on the right track now?
I hope so, because I feel like they went in there together and I thought they should come out together. And do you know what? I feel like Johnny's had his ups and downs, and he's not a bad guy. He's really not. And I think Gemma as well, she's had her ups and downs, and you can see both of them are quite sincere, and I think they should be in the final. And Darren's lovely, so sweet. You can't fault him.
Talking about Gemma, she's been relatively quiet the last couple of days. She did put a lot more effort into the phone task than I think ever before.
Down on Chris.
Oh, putting the phone down.
Chris!
Chris! Jess, I've got to ask her, you know her, do you think this may be part of a game with her, that she's thought, I'm getting closer to the final now, I'm going to take a little step back?
Do you know what with Gemma? She's very sort of like... I'm so impressed with how she's lived without her phone and doing her wheeling dealing
she had enough in there yesterday.
every day. She honestly, I've lived in a villa with her like numerous times on holiday, and she is so on her phone 24/7 doing business deals. The fact that she's lived without it and actually coped, and she's been there for people, and she's sort of, yes, she had her mood swings, yes, she's had her downfalls,
she had a couple of mood swings, Jess. I mean, that's not
she's been there for people, you can't fault her, and she's been great entertainment from start to finish.
Can I ask you about the whole blow dry thing? I mean, didn't you think that was a little bit selfish?
Gemma is so all about the way she looks like at the minute. So she's all like, if she wants to blow dry.
Yeah.
She's obsessed with her blow dries. What can I say? And I half agree. Like, we can all go for a cold shower.
Jeremy, let me ask you. You've been living with her. I mean, what's your opinion of Gemma?
Gemma's
she's
kind of
dividing a lot out here.
She's like a Turkish delight. Do you know what I mean? You're gonna like it, you're gonna hate it. Like, do you know what I mean? I got on with Gemma to an extent, but she is high maintenance. Like, do you know what I mean? But she's from Essex. Like, and they all look after their parents.
Whoa!
You know, it's a compliment though. Like, you like to look after yourself. So when you're in that house, like, you feel like shit half the time because after the first week you're gone. The drink is oozing out of you. Do you know what I mean? You feel rotten. So
if Gemma's hair's not done, she feels like crap.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's the bottom line.
But nobody...
And she will kick off. She has mood swings no matter what. Once her hair's done, on top of the world.
No one begrudges her.
She's just like that.
Sam, what are you making of the GC?
Do you know what? I think there's so many different sides to her to see. I like how she's straight talking. I like it when she talks to people and she just goes, "Nah, you know what? I don't like that. What you've just done," or like that. And she's I don't like it when she didn't do the tasks, but on this one, I think if you're going in there, you've got to do the tasks, you've got to do them. But with this, I do believe that that she will be in the final because I think she's really entertaining.
Well, let's move on to Daniela. She's the Peggy Mitchell to Gemma's Pat Butcher. Let me do that. They're proving to be quite the double act at the minute. Daniela had a bit of a quiet start, but we have seen her make her feelings known this week, especially with Stephanie. Jeremy, I've got to come to you. What did you make of Daniela's words with Stephanie?
I was in the toxic room at that point, I think, wasn't I? And then Steph came in, and I just heard her screaming, so I went into the diary room with her, and I actually didn't think Daniela would say that. Obviously, do you know what I mean? That's a 22-year-old girl.
I totally get that, and I think what the thing is, I think Daniela was a bit gutted about the words that she said and stuff like that, and we clearly saw that. But Daniela is still standing by her fact that she's worried because she said that was me. That was me years ago, and I don't want to see her do the same as me. Sam, what are you making of the Daniela Steph sitch?
To be honest with you, I think Daniela's, again, she's quite straight-laced. She's from the East End. She says it how it is, and she's the sort of person that she is looking out for someone, and she can definitely see something in Steph that she had years ago, and just that blowing everything out of proportion and just going off on a tandem. And I think she's generally worried about her, and that's how she said it, and she's totally taking it the wrong way. Totally taking it the wrong way.
No. What's really sad, what's really sad in the house is that there are times when people, even Gemma, will say something that's actually very good, but the way that it's delivered and the way that it's said is wrong. And that's really sad. There's a lot of miscommunication.
But there was a lot of people saying the same thing in the house that day. And it was the fact because it resonated.
But say she's not going to work again, like, that's a bit over the top, isn't it?
No, I do see what you're saying.
She didn't deliver it badly at all. She delivered it really matter-of-factly in a really sweet way. Like, as a warning. It was perfect.
I got Jeremy. It was a hurtful comment. And I know you weren't there. It did come across as a hurtful comment.
Like that in general, then fine. But the fact that she's cheated on her boyfriend on the outside as well, it's spiralled. No, I'm being honest. It's gone from bad to worse. And Daniela's basically saying, you're not doing yourself any favours. Calm down.
So she's saying it might not have been delivered in the right way, but the sentiment was there.
Because we did see Daniela that evening. She was getting really upset in her bed. She was laying in bed. She was like, look, I feel for the girl. I feel for the girl. Do we think Daniela and Steph will maybe patch things up now that Jeremy's not there?
I think they will. They will come together, and Daniela will take that mother role there. She cares. She cares about the girl. She's just thinking about it the wrong way.
I love Steph. I think she's got a good size and back. She's craving attention and love. Yeah, that's the bottom line.
Well, let's move on to Darren and Scotty T. They've remained pretty consistent throughout, I think it's safe to say. Sam, Darren and Scotty T, do you think Slow and Steady could win the race?
I'm loving the pair of them. I absolutely love them. I think Darren would make... He's just so nice. I just want to give him a hug. I really do. I think he's lovely. And Scotty
you say that, but Nina...
What?
Have you got other views on Mr. Day?
No, not at all. I think he's lovely. I really do. I think he's wonderful.
And I think Scotty T...
But there's a but. I knew it. Zainab's back.
Look, at the end of the day, everyone in that house is playing a game. Whatever the game is, you have to have that element to you. You wouldn't go in there if you didn't have one. Now, in his case, I've got to say, he's a fantastic, very talented man. He's wonderful. But that whole thing that happened with him and John, I think it was carried on for so long. You kind of thought, oh, come on. Honestly, grown man, let it go.
I disagree.
I don't know.
They went in there as best mates, and John...
John
threw him under the bus.
They didn't know they were best mates.
They had things in common. They were so close.
Definitely he did.
He threw him under the bus.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. I don't deny that, but I just think to drag it on for that long, come on.
Yeah, but he's hurt. He's a sensitive person.
I think what John was doing at that point was I like him a lot. He's a great lad. But at that point, I think he was looking at the contestants left in the house and he was trying to pair up with the strongest ones. And he thought Darren was a weak link at that point. I thought.
Oh, really?
That's what I felt at the time. That's what I thought was. You don't do that to your mate, like, do you know what I mean? What's the point of Darren coming here, do you know what I mean, sacrificing, gone away from his wife and kids and then to be put up for the chop straight away? You don't do that to your friends, and that's simple.
Yeah, it's true. Well, let's move back to Scotty, because on the phone, he was asked if he was missing Megan, and Scotty pretty much laughed it off. He did. Jessa.
Well, I'm getting stick.
No. Do you think Scotty is missing Megan?
Oh, look, I'm not one to land me mates in it.
Oh, what? No, I'm holding me leg.
I'm not
This is the way it goes, right?
Right, here we go.
This is the way it goes, right? Scotty has a girl called Francesca on the outside, right? That he's been... There's one here.
Where is she?
But obviously, I've just got to say, for legal reasons, we don't know if that's true or not, but we'll let you carry on.
Right, so there's this girl that he's seen and that he likes, but obviously because of Geordie Shore and the business that he's in, his job is to have sex and to be on TV.
Right.
You can't have a girlfriend when you're doing a job like that, which is totally understandable.
Oh my God, I can't be having another cheating third scenario. I can't be doing it. Let's do it.
Poor Megan.
Well, look, we're just going
To be fair,
Go on, Sarah Bailey.
I reckon now, that because you've gone, I'll tell you what, Scotty's in for it with Tiffany. That's it.
Well, on that note, as promised, our panel and audience have got a few questions of their own for Jeremy, so let's start with our good friend Zainab. Zainab, what's your question?
All right. Do you think your time in the house would have been any different if Steph hadn't been there?
100%. I think, like, the warning signs I got from everybody was to just forget about the whole thing and just... I probably would have had a bit more of a laugh and lads banter because my mates over there, they know what I'm like. But with Steph, you know, you can't help how you feel. And yeah, of course, I was probably a little bit doughy-eyed over and it just probably went a different way, but I still remained being myself, and it's just probably there was a lot more emotion put into it when I could have invested it in other things in the house. So that's the way it could have went. So, you know, I think you saw the real me, but maybe it could have been a bit more banter.
Let's move it into the audience. Martin, I know you've got a question for Jeremy.
Yeah. Hi, Jeremy.
Hey, yeah.
If you had your chance
I was like, wow.
Go on, Martin.
If you had your chance to go back into the house again, what would you do differently?
Oh, what question, Martin? What question?
What would I do differently? You know what? Nothing, because I think as you go on, like, you'll just let your... I just tried to be myself, do you know what I mean? And that came from within, so I still remained, so I was myself. So if I'd done it again, I'd still let that happen. I wouldn't go in with a strategy or a game plan, I'd just let it flow.
Sticking to his guns?
Yeah.
Sticking to his guns. Jess, what's your question for Jeremy?
I've got a really easy question for you. Are you single?
Oh! Jessica,
Not for me, I'm just wondering.
For Jeremy. Or Winston.
What is your relationship status right now?
No, I'm single, like, before I came in.
No, right now.
Yeah, no, single, like. I said to Steph, like, Johnny, we both need to breed after this and both need to go out and...
Oh, Jeremy, I bought an hat.
Was it?
I bought an hat for the wedding.
No, yeah, we'll see what happens when she's out, though, yeah, but I'm single, lad, like.
What if Steph asked you the same question?
Oh! Get in there with the 2 questions.
She's had too much champagne.
I've had none.
Are you not drinking?
Are you trying to chat Jess
Awkward.
Right, so basically, no, she asked me the same question. I said, we both need to breed for a while. I said, when I see you at the final, I need...
Shut up, you ain't got mine!
Look, we don't know what way it's going to pan out. We'll see.
Do you want a shovel?
Well, I've got time for one from the audience. Where's Lindsay? Lindsay, there you are. Lovely orange blazer. Here we go, Jezza.
Who's the best kisser, Steph or Tiff?
Oh!
David!
You got to answer it.
Have I kissed you as well?
Oh, you did.
I'm fucked.
Yeah, you kissed them all.
I think, obviously, with emotion there, Steph's obviously going to be better.
Steffi, where's the Steph? Let's give it up for Jeremy. He's done well there. He was under fire. Coming up, I'm going to be popping over to the house for an exclusive piece of action. Plus, Jeremy is going to be opening wide. Not like that. For the truth extractor of Boreham Wood. And Jezza, I promise, it won't hurt.
Any poppers?
See you after this break. Welcome back to Celebrity Big Brother's bit on the side. It's time to head over to the house. And here's what's been going on since Jeremy quit it.
I've never cheated before. I've always been the loyal dog and I've always been hurt. And I really have.
Listen.
I'm proper falling for him. Like, I never expected this in a fucking Celebrity Big Brother house. I came in, the only hard decision for me was what to have for me tea. He's turned my life upside down, but I love him to bits. Like, he's the best lad ever, isn't he?
And he's going to be there when you come out. But you've got to...
I've got to sort it out
For peace of
first,
mind,
yeah.
you've got to sort it out. If you just get with him straight away and just, or do anything...
I'm not going to. I'm going to have to sort it out. Of course, I do the decent things.
It's a weight blown off your head.
He kissed us on the lips before he went out.
Seen you do it loads.
I know, but, like, it's me and him, obviously. It's not like a friendly thing, is it? Scotty had a proper, like... A proper think
I
the
like
way
how
out
he's
of him,
each other,
like.
you just get on well. That's right at the start.
He put the locket round my neck and kissed me goodbye.
Jeremy, got to come to you. What are you making of that?
Yeah, it's weird, like... it's like, I can't, like, keep going. It's just what it is, isn't it? Like, I think it's self-explanatory again. Like, it's...
I say good luck to you, mate. I really do, because I really
No, I'm not
do
saying,
Nina, let me come to you. How do you think Steph's gonna get on in that house now? Because I mean, they were ultra close.
Yeah, very, very much so. We'd be lying if we say that this hasn't happened to us in our 20s. You know, you go through this. You're not quite ready yet for any kind of commitment or any kind of settling down. I feel for the girl, and I hope that Daniela will take her under her wing again. I really do.
Jess?
Such a hard one. And she's young, she's 22, and I feel for her because I feel like she is quite a lost soul. She's craving love and affection. And Jeremy, you were so kind to her there, and in the house, you were like, I wanted to show you how you should be treated. I'm not going to lie, you melted us all over when you said that.
You did, absolutely.
It was so sweet.
Treat her like a princess, it's lovely.
I don't know what's going to happen, but I wish you the best of luck, and in the end, I actually hope that you two might.
But that's what I'm saying, I think...
Well, listen, I think Jeremy's had enough of this for tonight. I'm going to let him have a little sleep. He's been having a job tonight, but I've got a job for you, because tomorrow the housemates are going to form a chain gang. Wow. They're all going to get handcuffed to each other. This is not one of Tiffany's fantasies. The only way to break free is correctly guess how you have voted in Big Brother's online poll. So head to the website now, well, not now, wait until after the show, to take part. The results are going to be used in the house, but you've got to be quick, because the poll closes tomorrow morning. But forget about that for now. Jeremy, your time in the house is sadly over.
No, I'm not leaving, mate.
But
I'm not going anywhere.
You've got one more appointment to keep, and I promise it won't hurt one little bit. It is time for your truth extraction! Sitting comfortably, Jeremy.
Yeah,
listen, don't stress. I do all of my own work. I'm going to fire some quick-fire questions at you, and I want your sharpest response. Do you promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Good. Open wide. Let's begin. Who needs to be extracted from the house next?
I would say... Gemma.
Oh! Stephanie, toothache or heartache?
Toothache.
Oh! Who made you spitting mad?
Daniela.
Oh! Scotty T and Megan were very close. Do you think he's gonna drill her when he gets out?
100%.
Snog, marry or drill? Nancy, Tiffany and Gemma. Oh no! Wait.
Whoa.
It's time for your spit, gargle and rinse. Who said this about you on social media? Throw some bollocks, Jeremy. You're acting like a sap. Hashtag wetfish. Was it A,
Vicky
Joey
Patterson,
Essex,
Vicky.
B, Mark Wright, or
Vicky.
C, Vicky Patterson?
Vicky.
You going for Vicky?
Yeah.
It was actually her brother, Mark Wright. Oh! Listen, Jeremy, congratulations. You've been a great housemate. Give it up for Jeremy, guys. You stand there. Get back. That is it for tonight. A massive thank you to our fantastic panel and our audience. I'll be back here on Monday at 11 p.m. where I'll be joined by Boobies other half, John McCormick, my favourite dance mum, Jennifer Ellison, and of course, your latest evictee, Jessa. You probably don't even know that yet. The Saturday show will be on tomorrow morning at 9:30 here on Channel 5. Until then, switch over to 5 Star for Live from the House. Have a lovely weekend. Me and Jessa will see you on Monday. Night-night.